right.
Should we get song?
I've been recording.
There's
rolling. No song anymore.
Oh.
Welcome to another episode with Dr. Rick and Dr. Danny.
I think we call it the Rick and Danny Show.
Now it's the Rick and Danny Show.
Yeah.
You got to remember the name, man.
You know, we've had how many
time.
weeks off? Like 6 weeks off now?
Yeah, we've been on a little break. We've been on a holiday, as they like to say.
Been on holiday.
Oh, we've been on holiday.
Every vacation is a holiday, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yes.
Been on holiday. Like the F1 season's been on a holiday. And
Can't say I've been on a holiday, Rick. Have you been on holiday?
No. No days off.
No days off. Yeah, so anything new in the radiation world?
Not really. Not a whole lot. No.
No.
Flatly, no.
Well, it's, yeah.
How about on...
I feel like there has been a few new things in the radiation world.
Well, we have hired a few new physicians, or a couple new physicians with the group.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I thought you meant studies and new data.
Literature.
So I think the listeners of this podcast remember the episode we had with Dr. Tanzler. So Flagler
Yes.
Whitehall is officially open, and we are treating patients in a combined center of medical oncology and radiation oncology. And our producer Brenna's been doing one of her many hats, and she's been helping get that center up and running. And by all accounts, it's been a great success so far. Is that right?
Looking great. It's looking great over
Very
there.
good. And when
Beautiful
is
center.
the get together, the gathering?
October 1st.
October 1st.
October 1st. So
What time?
I'll be there. 11 to 2. That sounds right.
And
Okay.
an address.
I'll post it in the show notes.
In the
I'll post
Hashtag lazy Brenna.
I'll post the registration link in the show notes.
Okay.
There's an RSVP link because we're fancy now.
October 1st, 11 to 2.
Yes, in St. Augustine,
Flagler Whitehall.
121 Whitehall Drive.
There you go.
Very
121. Hey, see,
Very good.
you could come up with it.
121.
121.
My
Whitehall
mind
Drive.
was blanking for a second.
I could tell you were
It's been a long
panicking.
week.
I put you on the spot.
Yeah, you did.
We're all planning to be there.
It's not like you've lived there for the past month. So.
Right? No, it's fine.
Your car's GPS is like, how do you not remember this? This
My
is
God,
all
it's
you put in.
like an hour to home. What? I live 10 minutes away.
This far from here.
Yes.
But no, so we're excited about that. And then this is also the time of year where new doctors who are graduating out of training are joining practices. And we've had a couple docs join, one from the radiation side, a couple from the medical oncology side. Not all of them are necessarily new grads, but on the radiation side, we have Dr. Samer Salome, who comes to us from UT Southwestern in Dallas. So we're really, really excited to have him. He's fresh out of training, so he's been hitting the ground running and ready to see patients right now at our Fleming Island office.
And at the Beaches office, we have Dr. Pavan Tanetti. So he's from training program in North Carolina, Levine Cancer Institute, and he's at the Beaches location Monday through Friday seeing new patients. He's also rounding at one of the local hospitals to help out with our team. So he's off and running, already seeing patients this week, doing a great job. We're excited to have him over there.
Yeah, it's exciting. I mean, I think as people who listen to this podcast know, our practice seems to kind of grow pretty
Every time we record.
every time we record. It gets
Yeah.
bigger, either new doctors or new locations or something different. And so it's exciting to be a part of it.
I think we're at like 37 physicians now,
Wow.
which is crazy.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Or
We're
36,
adapting
something
with
like
the
that.
growth.
I
of
can't even count that
Jacksonville.
high.
I know you can't.
I only go to 10 because then I run out of fingers.
Right.
Yeah, obviously.
That's gonna be the
Yeah,
gonna be
that's a
the
good one.
promo.
That's a good one.
That's great.
Math was, for a guy who's a radiation oncologist, allegedly physics and all this. I can't count to 10. I don't. But yeah, so works. Obviously, reach out to us if you guys have any questions about any of the new locations, doctors. But no, it's gonna be a seamless integration, I think.
And we have another new physician starting on like first week in October too. Dr. Bowman.
Oh, that's right.
Dr.
I'm not sure where Dr. Bowman's gonna be at, but I think St. Augustine.
Shared time probably between a couple locations, and yeah, very excited to have her. And I think, as I said, the expanding Jacksonville, St. John's area really has created a need for more medical oncologists, radiation oncologists, and more opportunity for us to see patients and not make patients travel too far to get to our offices.
Well, it's like, people don't believe me when I say that Jacksonville's the biggest city in the country. Well, by land, of course, that's the what it is. And, if you're driving all over God's green earth to go see your doctor, that gets pretty old after a while, especially when you have to go in, relatively routinely for certain things. So I think, our mission has been to hopefully try and build practices in locations that make it so that no matter where you live in Northeast Florida, you don't have too far of a drive for your cancer care or your hematology care. So this is just kind of the continued evolution of that mission, and we just thank everyone for their support as we try to grow organically and do it in a way that best serves the community.
Definitely. So did you guys know I'm doing the American Heart Association walk tomorrow, the First Coast Walk? Any of you guys doing that?
No.
No?
Thank God it's not a run.
It's not a run.
I'd be worried about you, big guy.
Yeah.
I've been running, Rick, though. You know?
Just messing with you.
He's got a personal. Do you still have a personal?
No,
trainer?
you look good. You look good.
Thank you.
How far is the walk?
I actually have no idea. how
Mailbox
far it
to the
is.
garage kind of thing?
So my son's friend is walking in honor of his grandfather, and so
Oh,
I
cool.
said
You
we're
should
gonna
have
meet
led with
them
that.
up.
We wouldn't have made fun of you.
I know,
Sorry.
that's all right.
Yeah, wow. Now I feel like a jerk, don't I? I'll just kill myself.
Well,
No. But it's a good cause, and it's right by the stadium, I think, TIAA
Oh, nice.
Stadium.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
So,
Nice.
yeah, I have no idea how far I'm walking, but it sounds like it's a good time.
Is it one of the ones where like you dress up as anything for the walk, or?
So I had to create a team.
Okay.
So there's not many people on my team. There's my family. No one else has joined yet. But I did create my team a little late. And late by meaning today, and the walk's tomorrow.
Excellent.
So
Yeah, so
you know.
not that you'd ask me, but I'm a little busy. Gotta do my hair.
So I can't say that I'm going to meet my goals for, accumulating money for our team and all of that. But
That's still nice.
we're going to donate a little bit, and it'll be a good cause. So
That's cool.
that's going on in Jacksonville. I heard a few of the nurses around the Baptist Beaches Hospital were talking about being there. I think a lot of the, obviously, cardiology teams around the area, and then patients will be there. It'll be a good opportunity to talk with people and socialize a bit. So, Rick, did you know that we're having a little bit of a new segment here for our podcast?
I haven't, but before we get into it, do you want to tell a dad joke?
Oh yeah.
Talk about how the turn have tabled now.
I'm gonna put the dad joke on hold for
On
a segment
ice?
here. On ice.
What?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Wow.
Why?
Is that even allowed, Brenna?
No.
Can you do that?
In the contract? It states.
Hey, Duncan doesn't pay us for you not to tell dad
Danny
jokes.
might have forgot his dad joke today.
I thought, well, just do one off the cuff. You're so good at that.
Used to be, bro. Used to be good.
Washed up. He's washed up now.
Used to be. Let's just put this on hold for
All
a
right. I
minute.
didn't mean to put you on the spot.
No, that's all right.
Sorry.
I'm just being honest.
Talking to your
I might not
microphone,
have a
please.
good one. I might not have a good one right
There you
now.
go.
So,
Honesty's the best policy.
you know,
Our listeners appreciate that.
I better not create one right now. So the new segment is going to be called Rick's Reactions.
Sounds terrible. What? Uh-huh.
I'm going to
Yeah.
make a graphic for it.
Yeah. What?
Rick's Reactions. It's going to flash on the screen.
So like if everything's an eye roll though, how does that work?
Yeah. Well, you
I'll
can-
add some sound effects in.
Well,
Okay.
I want some honest reactions, but these are
That will literally be the most honest reaction I give you.
He is the most honest human being.
these are
Since we-
in
newsworthy
this company.
headlines.
Since we've had video recordings of this podcast,
Yeah.
this has been not so great for my poker face.
No. No.
So newsworthy headlines, but in the field of either hematology, oncology, or maybe another medical topic.
Well, I can't spell hematology, so you better
Yeah,
you better
yeah,
you
I
better
know.
read those
I
really
know.
slow. Better read those.
I'm going to
really
start
slow.
out with an oncology topic for
Okay.
you, or a headline.
Okay.
All right. So we've talked about this before a little bit, but for a different type of cancer. So I'm going to just read the headline first.
Okay.
You give me your initial reaction.
Do we have sources of the headline, like
Yeah.
where they were published?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So strong pathologic complete response to immunotherapy in MSI high esophagogastric cancer. So esophageal and gastric cancer. I'm just
Even I can
explaining
do
to
that
the
one.
audience. So what's your initial reaction to that?
I'd like to know
'Cause
more.
we've talked about it for
Yeah.
a different cancer type.
Correct. I'd like to know more about the study, the details, and
Yeah.
get some more. But it's a very clickable, clickbaity headline, of course.
So this was published in a not a well-known Journal of Clinical Oncology. I digress a little bit, but it obviously
JCO's a big
I know,
journal.
it's a big journal,
Oh, okay.
big journal.
I couldn't tell. I was like, my sarcasm meter was broken. I'm sorry.
So this was
Wake up, have some more coffee, have another donut.
So-
No problem. Thanks, Duncan.
the importance of this study was, again, looking at individuals who have localized cancer and using immunotherapy up front prior to operative therapy or radiation therapy, so prior to their planned local therapy.
Okay.
So the way this study was designed, and it's a phase 2, so we have to take that for what it is, phase 2 single-arm trial. They had locally advanced MSI high, and we talked about that before, being patients with microsatellite instability, meaning they have more antigen presentation. They should have more mutations in their DNA, which theoretically makes immunotherapy more effective for them. And they received preoperative ipilimumab and nivolumab, so combined immunotherapy.
Non-toxic regimen.
Non-toxic. Now, it is more toxic than your single-agent chemotherapy, which for the previously discussed trial where it was giving pembrolizumab, which is a drug like nivolumab, which inhibits PD-1. It's a protein on the expressed by the cancer cells to downregulate your immune system. But nivolumab was used in this trial with ipilimumab, which is a different type of immunotherapy, in combination, and they were giving it to patients every 6 weeks with ipilimumab, and then every 2 weeks with nivolumab for 12 weeks total. So sounds like 2 doses of ipilimumab, a total of 6 doses of nivolumab. Then they had surgery. Then they followed that by 9 more months of nivolumab monotherapy. So just
So no
one.
chemo at all on this trial.
Correct.
Okay.
Interesting, right?
What was the entry?
So-
What was the enrollment? I know you said localized. Was there?
So 32 patients enrolled. 62% of the patients were T3 and node positive. So T3 node positive. 22% actually had Lynch syndrome diagnosis, which is they actually had inherited genetic mutation. So they did not outline, because they didn't give the full publication, how many patients were, out of the 38% that weren't T3 and node positive, how many were, T2, T4.
Right.
Yeah. But anyways, so 29 of those 32 patients went on to surgery. And then the primary endpoint of achieving a pathologic complete response, 58.6%.
It's a really high number.
So, and it's a high number because we know in the metastatic setting, even with combined immunotherapy, and a lot of time when I treat a patient who, unfortunately has cancer that's spread in the body and they have MSI high status and we can use immunotherapy, I expect a response rate of about 30-40%. So this is, a near...
Right. And response rate in that
60.
setting is not a past CR.
It's not
just
a CR.
any sort of...
Yeah.
Was
So
it? So
Path CR for the audience means that at the time of surgery, when they removed the esophagus or part of the stomach, there was no detectable cancer left over.
and do they
Almost
specify
60% of patients.
histology, or is it just all comers?
That's a good
Squamous.
question.
I couldn't see squamous adenos. It's not in there.
So
That'd be interesting to know. Because, think about the traditional past CR.
adenocarcinoma.
So you think about like the cross trial and some of the classic
Yeah.
trials that we look at in neoadjuvant chemoradiation or neoadjuvant therapy for, GE junction cancers. Those past CR rates are, depending on the histology, a
Right.
quarter to a third. So this is obviously much better than that. So yeah, it's definitely
Right.
like the rectal study we talked about a few episodes ago. It's certainly thought
Very
provoking.
encouraging.
I
yeah.
would not offer this off a trial. I
Mhm.
would not call this anywhere close to a standard of care, but it's
Right.
definitely something that I think in a phase 3 setting could be explored for this subset of patients. Do you know, Danny? Sorry, off the top of my head, do
Yeah.
you know what percentage of G junction cancers are MSI high compared to rectal? Is it kind of a similar rare presentation? Is it less, even more rare than rectal?
Yeah,
I just don't know. I just don't know.
I don't know that percentage off the top of my head.
I would imagine it would be pretty uncommon, similar to
I
rectal
think
cancer.
it's got to be less common than
Yeah.
colorectal cancers. Yeah. So, I mean, and you would think, I would guess definitely less than 10% of them. Definitely. So.
Right. So I think that's the other thing for the listeners is it's not everyone reads these headlines and they make it seem like a panacea for all patients with certain types of cancers, but you have to remember there's usually very specific subset of these patients that are being tested and likely to derive the benefit.
I'm going to ask Google that question, Rick. How many patients?
This is how you get your hard-hitting facts here from your
Google.
local oncology team.
We will find this out. That's higher than expected. So, from a 2016 publication, it says that MSI, or microsatellite instability, so assuming that's MSI high, is 10 to 20% of
Wow.
gastroesophageal cancer. So
That's higher,
I'm
way
surprised by
much
that.
higher than I
I'm
would have
surprised because I can't say that, for all the patients we see and who get testing for these, I can't say that the percentage seems that high in clinical
thought.
practice.
Feels high.
Yeah. So
So
there might be some bias there to that study, especially being retrospective. You never know. But so.
well, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Rick and Danny Show. We hope you enjoyed it, and the new segment that Dr. Kabrinsky brought along I thought was fun, and hopefully I look forward to trying that in the future for more episodes.
We're really looking forward to the graphic of Rick's reactions.
Oh yeah.
Looking forward to seeing that right in front of his face, right before.
Yeah, because if there's one thing the audience wants to see is more of me. Yeah, right.
Rick's reaction. Well, thanks guys for joining us, and we'll talk to you soon.